Hello everyone, Tommy here, and welcome back to my playthrough of Final Fantasy 1. This is going to be the final video. We're going to complete the game in this video, so isn't that exciting? This is like a walkthrough, playthrough, lore discussion kind of a video. Yeah, in the last video we restored light to the Crystal of Wind, and that was the final crystal, and all the crystals are pointing to the center of the map, which happens to be the Chaos Shrine, so that's where we're going to be heading next. But first, we're here to visit the dwarves, because in the floating castle, the floating shrine, the floating dungeon, we found a very special piece of... It's not a piece of equipment, it's more of an item. It's the adamantite. And before I went and finished the game, I wanted to bring it here so you guys can witness this sequence here. Is this adamantite? Hoots! I'll use this to make you the finest sword you'll ever wield. Sorry, my accents are a little... I need to work on my voice acting. Look at that thing. Done! In all my years, I never crafted a finer sword. Go on, take her. She's yours. Well, thank you. It looks awesome. You obtained Excalibur. I definitely wanted to make sure that we got that in the video, because this is a sword that we'll see throughout multiple Final Fantasies. It is a sword crafted from a legendary metal, effective against all types of enemies. And wouldn't you know it? Wouldn't you know it? Oops, all mages. Oops, can't use the Excalibur. Oops. We picked mages. Oops, too bad. So anyway, I did want to make sure that we had that in the video, though, because that's going to be important later on when we see that sword reappear in multiple Final Fantasies, and we see certain enemies and allies, even, I think allies, anyway. We'll see that sword again in the future, that's for sure. So this is the dead center of the map right here, is the Chaos Shrine. All of the crystals are pointing here to this shrine. So we're going to come here, and we're going to finish the game. We're going to be talking about the time loop. We're going to be talking about Garland. We're going to be talking about the four fiends. We're going to be talking about a mysterious figure known as Chaos. So let's do it. Let's see what's going on here. Oh, the bats are talking to us. We are the Sky People, which we know are the ancestors of the Lufenians, right? We came to this shrine in our attempt to locate the source of the world's ruin. That was 400 freaking years ago. You guys have been bats for 400 years? The curse of the fiends changed us into these forms and prevented us from speaking. The light of the crystals has enabled us to speak again. Well, that sucks that you guys are still bats, though. The power of the four fiends absorbed from the crystals was being fed into the past by the black crystal. Okay. The one distorting the beautiful light of the crystals is the one we've been looking for all along. The true root of all evil lies just ahead. Okay, well, let me battle these wolves and we'll go talk to the rest of the bats and then check it out. The light of the four we've been seeking all this time. That light will open the time portal. The portal will transport you 2,000 years into the past, to the beginning of the time loop. Why did it need to go back that far, right? Because the four fiends appeared only 400 years ago, so that's 1,600 years prior to the first fiend even showing up, is when the time loop actually begins and starts. Shine the light of the four crystals on the black crystal in the center of chamber. Doing so will open a time portal to this shrine as it existed 2,000 years ago. I'm ready to do that. Let's do it. Let's talk about it. So we have the four crystals of light, right? And then we have this dark crystal as well. You focus the light of the four shining crystals, fire, earth, water, and wind, on the black crystal. The flow of time surges and space begins to warp. Just one step forward, and you will travel back 2,000 years in time. That's crazy. That's also something to keep in mind, though, too, because as we move forward with the rest of the Final Fantasies, we're going to wonder, how far apart are these games years-wise? How far apart are they actual distance-wise, right? Because even though the world kind of loops around when you're on the airship, we kind of just go on this endless loop. Apparently there are distant lands that we can't get to. Remember, they said the Warriors of Light aren't even from here. They're not even from here. They came from somewhere else. So this is the Chaos Shrine now. Before it got ruined and destroyed. Let's go ahead and turn encounters on for a second. And I could skip through the battles if need be. The music here is... I don't know if you guys can hear it because I kind of have the volume down. I kind of have the volume down and me volume up. But the music here is pretty sick. It's super sick. So... we have 4 corners that we can go to. We have a couple ups and a couple of downs, and I'm not sure what to do, actually. So we're just going to start. I'm probably going to take this route right here. Looks good to me. A couple of purple worms. Not red or yellow worms. These are purple worms. Okay, and we're going to head on up, or down, rather. Sorry. We're going to head down to the basement. And what we're going to discover here is enough to blow you away. No, I'm just kidding. I don't. Maybe it is, actually. Let's see what we have up here. We have some golems and things like that. Okay, so what we actually end up finding going this way is that it's basically a dead end. It stops here in this room, and I don't think there's anywhere to go. I could even turn encounters off, and we can take a quick look around. But I think that this is a dead end and there's really nowhere else to go but back. So let's go ahead and head back up the stairs. It was interesting because on that map there's another staircase kind of to the southwest of where I'm at. Right there. I don't know how to reach that. Let's keep looking around. We already went down, so we might as well go down again. And if I can, I don't know. Everything's blocked off, really. So see, even though there's a staircase there and one here, I can't really reach them yet. So I think the only other staircase that I can get to is that one. The southeastern staircase. Let's head there now. And whoop. Okay, let's check it out. Looks like there's nothing here but another staircase, so let's take it. And let's cheat and take a look at our map every 5 seconds. I don't even know where it intends for me to go. Oh, there's a room in the middle. There's a room in the middle. Okay. Let's turn encounters back on just because I'm silly like that. Help me, I'm getting wrecked. Take this, dragons. Anyway, I wanted to point out that there are dragons 2,000 years in the past. I also ran into a bunch of Black Knights in the previous fight from this. I think you guys saw that before I paused the video. And that's cool because we saw some other Black Knights too on the floating fortress. Why is that significant? I don't know. I don't know. It makes me think of Dark Knights and like Cecil and stuff like that. Maybe they were connected in some way, shape, or form. Maybe as we move forward, we'll find out the reason why. There's also some of these guys, too. We found these guys also in the floating fortress, which I guess isn't too weird, right? Because the floating fortress, the last time anybody could have gone there would have been a while ago. I mean, I guess it ended up getting destroyed 400 years ago, which would be 1,600 years in the future from where I'm at right now. This is getting confusing, right? But it makes me feel like the floating fortress was probably closed off to the rest of the world. So for it to have kind of older creatures makes sense. Here's that Death Eye. I wonder if it has anything to do with the Evil Eye. Now, one thing's for sure, I'm going to poke this guy in the eye. Let's see, what kind of spells do you think he would like or not like? He's probably not going to like me casting Thundaga into his eyeball. His eye already looks pretty irritated, doesn't it? Okay, he wasn't as tough as... He only gave me 1 experience point. What a bum. Okay, we have a altar of some kind and 2 treasure chests. Let's obviously go for these first. Got an elixir and a dry ether. Those are things I don't think you can buy, so those are some pretty valuable items. We have a dragon zombie and also some vampire lords. I wonder what would happen if I just casted this spell. No, I'm just kidding. We're gonna cast probably this one instead. We're gonna go with a mage's staff, and we can do a wizard staff too. That's fine. That should take care of this. Don't worry, I won't be showing every battle. I was just hoping to run into certain enemies, but I don't think we're gonna run into them quite yet. And as you can see, they're pretty easily dealt with. Actually, I can just probably go ahead and turn encounters off for now. Let's go ahead and check this. That's the lute. The lute is playing. Hopefully you guys can hear the music and the sound. Good. That's the sound of the lute. Now, what does the lute do? Come on, guys. What does the lute do? A sonorous instrument of great beauty, but it's supposed to dispel evil, right? So it dispelled whatever that was holding it down there, which kind of makes you think back to the Earth Cavern, right? Because wasn't there kind of like a seal placed on that too? But I had to have the Earth Rod in order to break it. Makes me wonder if I just played the lute, could we have just broken it that way? So, where are we? Well, we are now about to check out some rooms. That's where we are. Let's check this room first. It's empty, but we can cheat and kind of use the map to see. It doesn't look like there's any treasure in any of these rooms. So, with that said, where am I actually allowed to go? It looks like just about anywhere on the map it looks like I can get to. Should we check these rooms anyway? I mean, if there's a treasure chest, we would have seen it on the map, but maybe there's some... Maybe there's like a special fight or something. I don't think there is, but I'm just talking at this point. Let's go into this room. No, nothing. And gosh, I almost don't even want to be bothered to do it. I don't even want to be bothered by this nonsense. But let's do it just for fun. Now there's nobody in there. Okay, so the only door that I see, or staircase rather, is the one there in the northwestern corner. So let's go ahead and head for that. And we're going to meet back up here on the first floor. Now we're in this area, the northern part of the first floor, which was inaccessible to us before, but now we're here. See, it's all been barricaded. Why has it been barricaded, I wonder? Maybe they knew something terrible was happening and they wanted to seal it in. I mean, this is 2,000 years ago, the start of all the evil. This is before they started losing crystals. Who knows? Who could say? See? More barricades. Perhaps they were trying to keep something in. Or keep something out? I don't know. The place is barricaded. Hey, look at that. That looks kind of familiar, actually, doesn't it? Let's kind of come in here for a sec. No, nothing in here. Just our barricades. I'm pretty sure that staircase is where we need to go. I'm just kind of mapping stuff out. So let's go talk to this orb right here. And what we're going to discover is that it's the Lich. Weird, right? Because this is 2,000 years ago. This has nothing... This time period should have nothing to do with the Four Fiends. They shouldn't even have come about yet. But here we go, taking a time warp 2,000 years into the past, and we find these guys. So what's going on with that? I think maybe they just kind of warped with us. I'm pretty sure it's explained at some point, but I want to say that they kind of warped with us to stop us. Oh my gosh, I should have been more prepared. That really hurt. Okay, this might be a good fight here. Okay, not bad. We're gonna need probably some heals. I'm a little bit scared. I'm a little bit freaked out by this guy. You know, I could flare you right back. But I'm just not that kind of person, okay? Some people hold all this anger in their hearts, this revenge. Not me. Okay, not me. I thought I had Fyra, but I guess I just don't. Let me just cast Blizzard then. Here comes a Fyraga. Kaboom. Okay, what is this guy actually gonna do? Like, what is his game here? And furthermore, why are we seeing them? Why are we seeing the 4 fiends here? Was Lich maybe just hanging around in the Chaos Shrine until the others came and said, "Hey, let's be bad together"? No, I don't think so. I don't think so. I think it does get explained why they're here, but for now, let's just focus on a good, wholesome fight. We're just going to do what black mages are meant to do. Oh my golly. I'm not going to be able to take much more of this. My red mage can't really do much damage. Oh no, I just auto-did blah, 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 blah. Please don't cast flare on me. Oh, okay, he's going to try to cast stop and it didn't do anything, so. Whew, that was close. It still could be close. It still could be very close. I'm going to, let's go with a heal guy. You're going to go with a Cura on yourself. You're going to go with a big flare because I'm scared now. And we're also going to go with... I keep hitting him with Fire because I feel like he's weak to fire. You're going to go with... Yeah, I guess a Thundara. Ow, 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 ow. Okay, big flare, big flare. Let's see them big numbers. There we go. There we go. Okay, that got a little worrisome. I didn't expect him to come out swinging with flares like that. And he did. He really wanted to flare me. So we'll gain some experience points. Absolutely no explanation as to why he was here. Except, if you remember what the bats were saying, they said that the 4 fiends were feeding the powers that they absorbed from the crystals into the past. And what did we just see? Earth, not the Earth crystal, but like an Earth orb anyway. So is that what they were doing? They're kind of manifesting in the past as well? Sounds about right. I bought enough potions to where we can just potion it up like this. Yeah, baby. Oh yeah, drink those potions. They're so good. Okay, let's go down. And boom, there's Marilith right there too. So we're going to have to go and teach her a lesson. Let's see. We got a door here. Which leads to pretty much nothing. Leads to absolutely nothing. Let's keep going. Yeah, no, the only thing to do really here is to fight her. Hold on, hold on. I lied. I've got some other rooms down here. We got a protect cloak. Do I have one of those already? Yeah, my white mage does have one. Just make their evasion go down a little bit, but hey, who really cares about that, right? Okay, I like that. Oh, wow. Hold on, let's go get this treasure that's way down here. We have a treasure chest way down here. What are these statues? These are unique, right? I don't think we've even seen those. Are those dudes kneeling, maybe? They kind of almost look like frogs, perhaps? It's just a chest with an elixir in it. What are elixirs? What's the lore behind elixirs? I have no idea. They're not sold in shops. They're only kind of found in the dungeons, right? And that one seemed to be a very special elixir, right? There's a protect ring. Ooh, you're gonna need it. You're gonna need it. Okay. And is this like the other side? Is there a secret chest way deep in the bowels? Yes, there is. Sasuke's blade. Only ninjas can use it, though, unfortunately. Can I see what's a small katana used by a ninja? That's all it says, huh? That's interesting. I'm pretty sure that's one of the final weapons, right? Like when we start playing Final Fantasy V, for example, that's gonna be one of the final weapons that we get. Interesting. I can't wait to get to these other Final Fantasies so we can actually start making some connections between them all, because there are connections. Let's go ahead and talk to this red fiery orb. It's going to initiate a boss fight with Merilith. Another question, too. How come they're more powerful 2,000 years ago? See, it kind of further bolsters the fact that they actually weren't here 2,000 years ago, but because they have sucked the power of the crystals and have fed their power into the past, that they have stronger forms here in order to try to stop us with these forms. That's what I feel like is going on anyway. What kind of things should we do? I feel like we could maybe invisible us. My red mage could protect. We could bust a Blizzaga into this thing's face. Hey, we could probably bust 2 of those. Let's try that. Nice Invisora right out of the gate. Clutch. Nice big Blizzaga to the face. Oh, she doesn't really care too much about that. We're gonna do a big protect. And yeah, the Blizzara is just not really hitting very hard. Let's try just swinging. He tried to just one-shot me with death. Well, too bad. That is not going to work. Just like how my blizzards are not going to work against you. Alright, lady, let's get serious here. Let's do a healing staff. I'm probably stupid for not casting this already, but I feel like we should do a null blaze. We can do... gosh, I think I'm going to try maybe a thunder spell. Let's try that and kind of see what's the damage there. Okay, so it's trash. Okay, so you're hurting me. Here comes a big new blaze. Hopefully that'll help us. It missed? How does it miss? Does me being invisible, I wonder, have an effect on that? It's just weird. Excuse me, it's just weird that it has like an accuracy at all. I'm just going to go ahead and cast Holy on you at this point. You can swing. You can cast like a Thunder. I don't feel like casting Fire is a good idea. I could be dead wrong. Coming at me with another death. It's not going to work because we all have Protect Rings on and we don't care about that spell. I wonder how you feel about Holy. Okay, so it's really hard to deal damage to you. Let's see if maybe Haste can help out a little bit. Oh, that's only for myself, really? That's weird. I thought there was a spell like this. I don't even think ninjas can get this spell. Why would you want to cast this on... Maybe I'm dead wrong about that. I'm just asking, like, why would you want to cast this on, say, your black mage or Even your red mage, if they can get it, I guess that might be a little bit more useful, but whatever. I'm just kind of yapping along here. Let's go ahead and hit you with a, I don't know, Blizzard one. Wow. I have Protect and Evasion boost, and that's the kind of stuff you're going to pull? You're going to try to hit me for that much damage? Oh, wow. This is really bad. No, you already have haste. Sometimes I auto-attack and when I don't mean to. You're just going to have to full-blown cure that guy. Because there's no other way. I'm just not really doing much damage to her. I have like 100 ethers. I'm sure it would be fine. I'm sure it'll be fine. Let's try this out. Ow, lady. That was a crit. Okay, so Flare is much more effective. Flare's a lot more effective. I don't mean to do it again and again, though, that's for sure. No! Okay. I'm not gonna lose this fight. I'm not gonna let some weird snake lady get the best of me. Take that. Take that, weird snake lady. Die faster. Melt faster. Thank you. Okay, we got one Gil. She's dead and gone. I'm just going to heal up here really quick and we'll go down the stairs. Okay, and here we are, basement 3. Wow, that was actually one tough battle. I couldn't really hurt her very much. I kind of had no choice. I had to spam those flares to get some damage in. This looks like it was an altar for something. It almost looks to me like it was a weapon altar, but for some reason a lot of the weapons just aren't here. Maybe I'm just talking and I don't know what I'm talking about as far as that one goes. It could be. If you guys feel like I don't know what I'm talking about ever, you're more than welcome to leave a comment in the comment section down below. Because sometimes I don't. Sometimes I need help. Okay? I feel like there's connections to be made here in these Final Fantasy games, but I might not have all the answers. I'm going to need your guys' help to connect everything. So there's the water one. That would be Kraken, right? I'm a Kraken from the sea. Let's see. Empty, 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 empty. Weird. Why is everything empty in the Chaos Shrine? Every other dungeon had treasure boxes. Well, this one does too, but you get these long spiraling rooms that just lead to absolutely nothing. I wish you could read these. I wish these had like little bits of lore and stuff like that on them. I mean, why, of course not. Why would I want to read anything about lore, right? Okay, let's go ahead and initiate the battle with the Kraken of the Sea. And I'm a little scared of this guy as well. What kind of things should we be worried about? Probably an Invisra. Probably, tempted to just bust this dude with a Thundaga, but let's go ahead and protect to be safe, right? To be safe. Tommy's not playing around. He's just going to go ahead and go with a Flare, and then Andy's going to go with that big Thundaga. Let's go ahead and hit him with that. Your Ink Mist. What are you, Ultros? Ultros from Final Fantasy VI. You know, the octopus guy. Let's talk about him for just a second, because he always said something interesting to me. Sorry to skip ahead. If you have not played Final Fantasy VI, don't worry. That's not much of a spoiler. It's more of just like a little bit of information. But he always said something interesting. He always says that he's octopus royalty, and it makes you wonder, like, well, who did you come from then? Like, what line did you descend from if you're octopus royalty? Well, wouldn't it make sense for him to have come from the Kraken himself? It makes a little bit of sense to me. After all, the fiends were kind of self-absorbed. It wouldn't surprise me if Kraken maybe did have offspring. Told everybody that he was some king. I shouldn't just leave auto battle on, even though it's effective. It really sucks up your MP. I have a lot of ethers though, so I should be okay. Oh crap, I didn't mean to do it again. Here comes another holy. Die. Bzzz. I only pushed it for a second, but it was that 1 second that I needed to not push it. Holy does look cool. It looks cool and it feels cool to cast it. Let's go ahead and... I would say heal up, but I just don't really need to. Let's get a free heal from my staff. I can get some free thunders with that. You can get a baby thunder. You can get a baby thunder. This guy feels a little bit easier than the Fiend of Fire. Just a little bit easier than Marilith was. Let's keep getting those free heals. Thunder. You guys can just attack. I can't... 1 MP to each magic level, and I have 99 of those, so why am I worried? I'm worried because I'm used to playing this game where you don't have ethers, where ethers don't exist. That's why I'm worried. Let's face it. So even knowing what I know, I'm still like, Thundara. Alright, I don't think he has much left. He's... Okay, there we go. He's down. He's going down. Melt fast. Fast forward, you're melting. Melt into a puddle all over the floor. It looks more like he's disintegrating into ashes, really, but who's to say? Okay, so now that he's down, we're going to keep on going. We're in the basement 4 now of the Chaos Shrine, and there should be 1 crystal left, and I bet it's right in that room where we're going to have to do a rematch against Tiamat. Interesting. I just noticed that there's a staircase right there, too, that leads down, so now I'm a little bit curious as to what way is what. The biggest thing I'm curious about is what's in this room over here. Is it the crystal? No, it's not. It's actually a treasure box with the Massa Moon inside. A legendary katana without match. My freaking red mage can use that. Is it better than the Sunblade? Yeah. It is better than the Sunblade. Yeah, let's put that on. Maybe I can actually start doing some damage to these guys. Did I see that right? We still have just leather caps. Well, we have ribbons, but my red mage is still just rocking the OG leather cap. That's fine. If it works, it works. Why change it? So where we wanted to go is right up here. And this is going to initiate a battle against Tiamat. Let me just top off my HP right there. Again, I wish these guys were talking to me or you know, we'll get you next time, Warriors of Light. But they're not saying anything. They're just fighting me and then dying. Which is cool, I guess. It's fine, I guess. Let's try out that new sword. Let's really try out that new sword because I'm going to cast haste on you. And then I think we can do, like, temper, maybe. Owie! Oh, yeah, that's really good. Yeah, let's go ahead and temper you. This will give us increased attack power. We're going to cast a much-needed protect. And we're going to haste my red mage for maybe some additional attacks as well on top of that. Let's see if that works out pretty good. Looks like my red mage is the target of the battle here, so we're going to try to get him healed, keep him topped off a little bit there. Let's go ahead and cast some Thundara. And what are you going to be weak to, Dragon Boy? Maybe some Blizzard, I don't know. Here comes a big blaze. Ow. You don't really care too much about my spells. But something tells me you're going to care about 16 hits. Ow, yeah, that's what you want right there, baby. So, you know, the idea is to have a warrior on your team, and then you can do that kind of stuff to your warrior, who's obviously going to be rocking the Excalibur, right? Whoop. We shouldn't do that. I actually can just do this, and then we can have Andy cast Flare this turn. 16 hits, so that does more and more damage every time. Unfortunately, I just lost my red mage, so hopefully that was enough damage to matter. Ugh, that was so bad. Very nice and effective Flare. We're just not even going to play around. Let's just full life. You can do another mage's staff. I feel like I just want to heal. Like, you know, so I gained all those levels, right? But as you can see, you could still struggle with the enemies in this game, even at, you know, around level 50. I don't know about level 60. You'd probably do a lot better, but... So there's full life. It does exactly what it says it's going to do. Then we're going to do a Fyra. We're going to do a Blizzaga. I mean, it's mostly just... It's basically just chip damage, really, that we're doing here. Unless, of course, my red mage wants to get after it again. Let's just keep on the Fyras. The free Fyras. You can't go wrong with that. Oh, there it is. I was like, where's my haste? I'm pretty sure they both had it. Okay, this guy's cooking me with fire spells. I should have done like a Null Blaze or something like that. Very nice heal, Ra. There it is. You can probably just cast, like, I don't know, a regular heal. And we'll just kind of swing into this guy. Ooh, I should have defended, actually. Okay, let's do probably a Cura down here, regular attack. I don't like you anymore, so I'm going to cast like a bigger Blizzaga. Maybe a Thundaga, I don't know. Ice Storm. Is he copying the elements that I use against him, or what is... What's his deal? What's his game that he's playing here? My red mage isn't doing as cool as he was at the beginning of this fight, that's for sure. I wonder if this thing is almost dead and it gets like an auto boost of some kind to its defense. Or maybe I'm just really unlucky, who knows. See, now I picked Thunder and now he's doing Thunder. Keep us alive, white mage. That white mage is clutch right now. Oops, I did not mean to do that. No! He's the only one doing any damage. That's okay. That's okay. Right, we have ethers. We're gonna full life him. And my black mages are not... We're not happy anymore. We're very upset. We're angry mages. I keep messing up, guys. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. This should do it. This thing should be very close to death. There it is. Goodbye. Good night. Whoops. Spread your ashes across these tiles. Very cool. So that's all the fiends. They're dead again. And let's see. How do ethers work? Whoops. Hold on. How do ethers work? Okay, good. That's good. Okay, so that was all the crystals. That was all the fiends over again. And now we come to this big room right here. This is... sorry, guys. This is basement B5. B5 is where we're at. Oh, darn it. You sunk my battleship. Let's go into this door. Is there any other things to do in this room? Other than walk around and get confused? No, I don't think so. Who is that? Okay, so we're 2,000 years back in the past. And we are looking at Garland. That's right. That's Garland right there. What is he doing 2,000 years back in the past? Well, he was hanging out at the Black Crystal. He was doing something with Sarah. He obviously made his way here somehow. He must have survived the encounters that we had and made his way here. Or maybe this is just where all the evil began, right? Let's talk to him. Oh, no, it's not. He knows us. He fought and battled us. Do you remember me? I was once the most renowned knight of Cornelia. Oh, the Warriors of Light are like, oh my gosh. 2,000 years from now, you killed me. I am Garland. So maybe he didn't come back to the past. Maybe this is just kind of where he originated. Because he's kind of talking about himself in the third person, like he maybe watched that fight happen, or he heard about it, but he wasn't actually there. I don't know, that's weird. Oh, you did defeat me then. But the four great forces saved me by sending me back through time. So maybe that's also what the four fiends were trying to do. They were trying to use their powers, use the powers of the crystals to send Garland back in time. Of course, there's a game called Stranger of Paradise, which would probably explain all of this a lot better. I may or may not play it. I don't really have it, so I'd have to buy it. I may or may not play it. If you guys really want me to play that for the lore and stuff like that, let me know in the comments below. I have never played Stranger of Paradise. I do know the storyline basically and basically what it's about. But as far as like the inner workings of the lore and how it truly connects to this game, I don't know actually. So let me know in the comments below if you guys want to see a playthrough of that. But the four great forces saved me by sending me back through time. I think I read that line already. Once here, I sent the four fiends into the future. So what does that tell you? So the four fiends didn't come about a mere 400 years ago. They've been here this whole time. Maybe they didn't have the power of the crystals, per se. That was something new that they started doing 400 years ago. But that kind of contradicts what the sages were saying, right? Because the sages were saying that they kind of came about. But maybe he sent them at different time periods, right? So he sent time at 400 years ago, Kraken 200 years ago, so on and so forth. Where they shall once again use the four great forces to send me into the past. See how it's a time loop? It never ends. It doesn't really matter. We have to be here. The Warriors of Light have to be here in order to stop this time loop from happening. In 2,000 years, I will remember none of this. Here we go. Here we go, boys and girls. But I will be reborn again here. So even as you die again and again, I shall return. Born again into this endless cycle that I have created. Even as we die again and again. That kind of contradicts what I was thinking, right? That this is the first time that the Warriors of Light have entered this time loop, but maybe we actually have been stuck in this time loop all this time. So how do we truly stop this then? I don't know, but we have a fearsome foe in front of us now. This is the final boss of the game, guys. And we're going to do everything that we can to stop this maniac. Let's see. You're going to protect. Let me just show you guys how to play this game. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to have the White Mage invis. Red Mage is going to protect. I should have used all my ethers, but that's okay. We're just going to cast some flares on this guy's face. We can actually probably temper my red mage, assuming he doesn't just die right away. Oh my gosh. Oh my golly, that hurt. Too bad we don't have a shell in this game. That's what we really need, but instead they gave us all these null spells, which is fine. Hopefully Protect and Invisra will help against something. Nice. Very super sick music, by the way, that we're getting. This is epic. Let's see. We're going to have to heal. That's all there is to that. We're going to just have to heal. You're going to have to haste, and you're going to have to flare. Let's go. Uh-oh, that's really bad. It doesn't really matter that much if he plans on just physically attacking me, but I don't know what he plans on doing. I can tell you one thing. He plans on taking a flare to the face. Which face? I don't know. The one on his knee, maybe. Let's go ahead. Oh, Newell All only hits one. Oh, no. Let's cast that on our red mage, then. Ow. Yeah, that would have been better had that happened first, but that's okay. A couple more flares. I think our red mage is still doing the best damage here out of anybody. Great buffs has he. Yikes! That was over 1,000 damage. My red mage got really upset by that, huh? That's really devastating to lose my white mage right now. This is a bit of a risk, but let's see what happens here. Damn it. Damn it, damn it. Actually, welcome the Blizzaras instead of him swinging at me for all that damage. Oh my gosh. Okay. And there we see the red mage looks a lot more feminine to me there. Because she's a girl. The white mage. Did I say the white mage or the red mage? I meant the white mage. Let's go ahead and Heelga. You just keep swinging. You don't stop them swings. Swingy, swingy, swingerson. You got the elixir, so all your stuff is better. Let's go ahead and do another elixir, but on the white mage this time. Ow, no. There we go. We're going to have to just go ahead and do a full life here. You don't stop swinging no matter what. You just swing like there's no tomorrow. Just close your eyes and swing. Big flare coming in. Big swing coming in. This guy's taking a lot of damage from me. But I am struggling to keep my team alive at the same time. This music reminds me of like The Exorcist. This is terrifying. Oh my gosh. So this is why, instead of getting Newell All, I was thinking about getting Dispel instead, and I'm kicking myself right now. I definitely get Dispel for this fight, so he doesn't have that haste on. That is devastating. Oh no, I think it doubles too. It doesn't matter, he's going to one-shot me either way, so he just kind of skipped a turn, really. And it looks like he can only kill one of us at a time, especially when we're staying full health like this. Blizzara? I mean, the final boss doesn't have Blizzaga? That's okay. I'm not going to complain. This guy is pretty mean. It's a mighty flare from a mighty, mighty mage. Should I risk a holy? I think I'm going to. There's a big spell. Well, it didn't really hurt that much. So I'm going to take advantage of that and hit you with a holy. 16 hit combo for 900 damage. And another flare from another black mage, because I have 2 of them. We're just going to keep our guys topped off. Red mage is going to keep on swinging. Black mages are going to do what they do the best. Oh my gosh. He really came out of nowhere with that one. He's trying to teach me how to use flare. He's trying to teach me how to really cast this spell. Okay, he wouldn't dare cast flare twice in a row though, would he? Or maybe he would come at me with, say, like... Oh man, I'm out. Could I cast Ether on myself? Sure, I could. But I feel like he's so close that I'm just going to Blizzaga instead. Oh, it doesn't matter, I'm dead. Golly, that's the most damage I think I've ever done. 1100. Okay, let's keep these full lives going. Keep swinging, keep flaring. Ooh, you skipped a turn. That's unfortunate for you, sir. Unfortunate little mishap there. My golly, he just keeps doing more and more. Are you okay, Chaos? I'm actually feeling kind of sorry for you right now. Yeah. Oh, you just keep swinging. You keep flaring. And if you can stay alive long enough, we'd like to see a Blizzaga. Blizzaga for the win! Nope, he's still alive. That did very meager damage. That's it. That's it, boys and girls. That's the end of the game. That's the final boss. I'm going to kind of skip through because they die so slowly. But his death animation is actually pretty cool, especially with like the thunder zapping in the background. Like the whole world around us is already clearly distorted, but without Chaos's power, everything is just absolutely unraveling there. Okay, and we're going to get this beautiful landscape portrait here. This looks like it was actually drawn by Bob Ross himself, painted by Bob Ross. So the time loop was severed at last. So what severed it? If the Warriors of Light were there, let's read this and we'll talk about it. The endless struggle that raged over 2,000 years had ended, and peace prevailed once more. So what took him 1,600 years to send Tiamat? The light of the 4 crystals restored the forces of wind, water, earth, and fire. It was a mere trick of fate that had given rise to the chain of Garland's wrath. But magnified by the 4 forces meant to guide our world, that trick of fate also gave birth to the fiends, because they're warriors of darkness. The crystals brought them about, okay? Monsters had run rampant as the world sank into darkness. But all that is now past. With the 4 forces flowing as they were meant, the warriors prepared to cross time and return to the world they knew. A world where Princess Sarah, Queen Jane, and even Garland himself await. When was this fateful day that sent time spiraling into a loop? None can say. It seemed the cycle into which time had fallen would last forever. But the bravery of 4 young travelers changed that. They took the forces that filled the world with darkness and used them to bathe the world in light. None will ever recall the struggle the 4 endured, for the breaking of the chain means that it never existed. But within the tales of fantasy that people tell, the memory of their deeds lives on. Tales of dwarves and elves, of dragons and shining civilizations that reached the heavens even as they fell. And now their return is upon us. With the memory of their struggle buried deep in their hearts, they will quietly watch over our world. Remember always that the forces of the world must be used as they were intended, that the power of light must never be used for dark, and that the true crystals reside in your heart. For you are the warrior who crossed time. You are the bringer of light. I think that right there, guys, explains what happened, right? It's trying to say that this is how I translate it anyway, okay? Leave a comment in the sections below if you want to talk about it. I'm more than happy to. This is the most exciting thing I could possibly imagine, okay? But for you are the warrior who crossed time. You are the bringer of light. And I think it's referring directly to the player. We are the ones who took control, right? We came and guided the warriors of light on their journey. We were with them all the way, the whole way, and nothing but the way. And we helped them stop chaos instead of dying by chaos, because I think that's what kept happening. They kept dying by chaos over and over again. And they had to, oh, darn it, now we got to wait another 2,000 years for the time loop to restart before we can try again. I don't know. That's one way of interpreting it anyway. Is there any one way? Maybe. But it seems like it's pretty open to interpretation there. Was Garland evil? Yeah. How did he turn good again? Because it does say that Garland's waiting for us in the future still. Is he good in the future when we come? I don't know. Maybe. Maybe he is. Maybe I guess I'd have to play Stranger of Paradise finally to actually finally find out the answer to that question. I don't think there's anything else. I'm pretty sure that that's the end of the game. So if we skip the scene, we can save our new game plus, I guess. We get a star. See the star? And that's it, guys. Oh, mama. That's so fun and exciting. I can't wait to do some more of these. I am going to be working on some lore videos for Final Fantasy 1 specifically. Hopefully you guys are going to be in the mood to see some of that kind of content. And then when we do start Final Fantasy 2, I'm going to be advertising it more as like a walkthrough, playthrough. But I'll still be talking about any lore that we happen to find along the way, and then making separate videos about the lore that we find and any connections that we happen to find. So I can't thank you guys enough for watching me and for checking my videos out. Thank you so much for your support. And and that's it. I'm going to be summing up some of the lore that we did find, like I said, in some separate videos. And yeah, just look forward to that, you guys. If you like my video, please consider liking, commenting, possibly even subscribing. And we'll see you all again when we start a playthrough of Final Fantasy 2. That's right, we're going to be going through every single one. I haven't changed my mind. I haven't faltered on my quest or my journey. We're sticking to our guns. We might change our format a little bit, but we're sticking to our guns. We're going to play every single one of these guys. Anyway, thank you so much. Thank you so much for watching. Have a good night, everyone.